Okay, my dear students, today I am going to discuss regarding the map. So map is very easy because in the geography we have to only either the locate the map or identify the place. So it is only related to our country, but most important thing is that uh, you must know the states of our country. Okay, I know you have the knowledge, however just I want to recall all of you. So in our country there are 28 states. Is it clear? uh, According to our book, but some states has one more states has been formed by the government, but it is not in the book. So we will discuss only the 28 states. Here I have just written the name of all the states, okay, alphabetically. So first I have taken A, again B, again D, and so on. So by the name, the alphabet A contains first Andhra Pradesh, second Arunachal Pradesh, third Assam. Next B for Bihar, C for Chhattisgarh, G for Goa and Gujarat, H for Haryana and Himachal Pradesh, J for Jharkhand, K for Karnataka, K for Kerala, K for Madhya Pradesh, M for Madhya Pradesh, M for Maharashtra, M for Manipur, M for Meghalaya, M for Mizoram, N for Nagaland, O for Odisha, P for Punjab, R for Rajasthan, S for Sikkim, T for Tamil Nadu, again T for Telangana, T for Tripura, U for Uttarakhand, U for Uttar Pradesh, and W for West Bengal. So these are the name of the states. So now come. These states are located within the boundary of our country. Is it clear? So here there is no any particular outlines, that is the plane. So it indicates the whole country and there is no any outline. So that's why such kind of map is known as physical features. Okay, physical maps. And in this map what you find? You find that a particular area is already located. Okay, so these located areas indicates the states. So first of all, if I come from upper part to lower part and from east to west, that is very easy. First, this is the area that here I have not written anything, and it is known as Jammu and Kashmir. The upper part from this point, this internal prominent part, and this is the area, this area if you join, that is the Ladakh, and the lower part is Kashmir. So Jammu and Kashmir is a part of union territories, it is not the states. Now just below it Himachal Pradesh, just below it that is the Uttarakhand, just beside left hand side of Himachal Pradesh that is the Punjab, just below the Punjab it is the Haryana, just below the Haryana it is the Rajasthan, just below the west, on the west side that is the Gujarat, and just below the Rajasthan you will find Madhya Pradesh, just below the Madhya Pradesh that is the Chhattisgarh, and just below it that is the Odisha, just above it that is the Jharkhand, just east side West Bengal, just above it Bihar. Okay, so this is the common. Now Maharashtra, just below it Karnataka, just below it Kerala, just beside it Tamil Nadu, just above it you will find the Andhra Pradesh, and this is the internal part of Telangana. So Andhra Pradesh is divided into two states. Okay, so these are the basic name of the state. Most of the students face the problem in these area, that is known as northeast area. Okay, so just the above, this is the above part, that is known as Arunachal Pradesh. Just below it Assam, just below the Assam, that is the Meghalaya. Clear? And just below the Meghalaya, that is the I think it is the star marks here, that is the Tripura. Okay, so this is the Tripura. Just beside the Tripura, Mizoram. Just above the Mizoram, that is the Manipur. And Manipur, the above, that is known as the Nagaland. Okay, so these areas are very crucial areas, and most of the students face the problem to understand it. Now it is clear, I hope so. Now come to the topic. So first of all, I am going to discuss about the major type of soil which is present in our country. Okay, so now come. Okay, so here that is the heading, major types of soil, and here that is identification only. So you in the exam, in the final exam, in the board exam, the soil will be located in different parts of the country. Okay, just only you have to identify that which kind of soil is it. Clear? So here first is the forest and mountainous soil. So here the term is written mountainous. Okay, so in the physical features we have studied that a number of mountains are located from north to the west: Greater Himalayas, Lesser Himalayas, Shivalik, and so on. Is it clear? So just I am going to locate it. Forest and mountain, I have written the green color, so just I want to locate here. This is the part. From this point the Punjab starts, and this is the part where the Uttar Pradesh starts. So just draw a line between the initial point of Punjab and the last point of Uttar Pradesh. So this is the Jammu and Kashmir, this is the Himachal, this is the Uttarakhand. Okay, so in these areas what you find? You find that the soil in these areas are forest and mountainous soil. Is it clear? So this area indicates what? Forest and mountainous soil. Clear? Now, second is the alluvial soil. So as we know that alluvial soil is formed due to the depositions of silt by the different rivers. Clear? So this is the Punjab, this one part is Haryana. Okay, Punjab, Haryana, next is the Uttar Pradesh, next is the Bihar. So Uttar Pradesh, Bihar and Punjab, Haryana, these are made up of alluvial soil because it comes under the northern plains. It is known as northern plains. Clear? So this area will come under the alluvial soil. Why? Because this is the part of Satluj River. Satluj River originates from the Himalayas and passing through the Punjab, it moves towards the Pakistan. This is the central areas. Here the Ganga is available and a number of tributaries of Ganga is available. So every year this deposits the silt, and that is known as the whole area will be considered as alluvial soil. Is it clear? So this part indicates the alluvial soil. Clear? Now we have also studied that this is the part of Assam, and here the Brahmaputra rivers are available. So this area will also come for alluvial soil because here the Brahmaputra rivers are located. Clear? Now this is the Chilka Lake, and just below it the Mahanadi is available. Here that is the Godavari, here that is the Krishna, and the below that is the Kaveri. And this area is known as Eastern Ghat. So the whole Eastern Ghat contains what? Alluvial soil. So these areas also contains alluvial soil because the most important rivers are located in these areas. Is it clear? Now come to the red and yellow soil. Okay, so red and yellow soil, basically why the soil is red? Because the iron is present in that areas. So iron is present where? A number of mines is available in Odisha, Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, Karnataka, some part of Andhra Pradesh, and so on. So these areas are basically related with red and yellow soil. Okay, because in these areas the iron ores are a lot, and due to that this area contains alluvial soil. Clear? So this is the area, prominent area of alluvial soil. Sorry, red and yellow soil. Clear? Now come to the black soil. Okay, so where the black soils are available? So black soil is available only those areas where the cotton is produced, and most of the cotton industries are located in Maharashtra. Is it clear? Gujarat. Okay, so these are the area of Gujarat, some part of what? Chhattisgarh, Madhya Pradesh and the Maharashtra. So these area contains the basically black soil. Okay, now this is the area of Rajasthan. Okay, so Rajasthan area contains arid soil. Okay, so here we will put the which soil? That is the arid soil. But one thing always remember in your mind, that the two rivers, that is the Chambal and the Betwa, also flow in that areas, and they form the belt of alluvial soil. So in this way you can say this is the area, only this area will come under the alluvial soil, and this is the belt. It is not the enough areas, it is the belt, and the remaining part will come for arid soil. Okay, Now one soil is again that is present, and that is known as laterite soil. So laterite soil basically generates due to excessive rains. Clear? So excessive rains is found on the western coastal areas. So this is the western part, Western Ghat you can say. So these areas contains which one? That is the laterite soil. And in the Karnataka also, that is the huge amount of waters are available, and due to that these areas also contains laterite soil. And in this way, here I have not shown the patches. Okay, in your book you will find some patches, but I have not shown the patches. Only just I have shown the different areas where the huge amount of different soils are present. Is it clear? So here, that is the name of the soil. This name is written in different color, and according to the name of different colors, just I have shown the major types of soil, and you will have to identify. So listen once again for identification. This soil is known as forest and mountainous soil. This soil area is considered as alluvial soil. This area is considered as, that is the red and yellow soil. This eastern ghat is known as alluvial soil. This is the area of what? That is the Punjab. Sorry, that is the area of Assam, and here the Brahmaputra river is present. So that's why it contains the alluvial soil. In case of laterite soil, I told you the area where the huge amount of what? Huge amount of rainfall occurs, and in that case the laterite soil is present. Okay, so look here, that is the Meghalaya. So this area is come under the Meghalaya and the Cherrapunji and so on. So here the huge amount of rainfall takes place. So this area will also considered as laterite soil. Okay, black soil, only the some areas where the production of cotton takes place, such as Madhya Pradesh, Gujarat and Maharashtra, is the major part of black soil. Red soil is basically found only in those areas where the mines are located, because iron is present in huge amount. So in this way you can easily identify. So my dear students, so this is the arid area soil, and this is known as the Rajasthan, where the sandy soil is available. So one thing always in your mind, if you want to identify like me, try to locate by your own hand on the different maps, so that you can easily identify these soils in different areas. Okay, thank you.